when you guys see us on the screen and we this late into the process, you know it's getting real. I got my brother. Hey, Voch.
What's happening, y'all? Come on in, man. Top of the morning. What y'all doing on this beloved day, man? What did you tired, y'all? How doing, man? Y'all all right?
Hey, Voch, it's crazy. We was just going down memory lane. Some of the conversations that we have off the air, they could pay for them, Voch.
But hey, man, look, them be the best ones. And if they want to have them, they got to be in the room with us. But they probably, they got to, hop on the Patreon or something. You know what I mean?
Hop on the Patreon. It was crazy. Me and Voch been doing this. It's a lane for everybody now, but this has been us. I'll never forget, maybe in 2017, I reached out to Voch. He was still the same he is now. And that's, literally the exact same. We met up at the draft in 18, Voch. So a year later, I rode down with Mark Holmes, another giant in the space. Whatever you think about Mark Holmes, he's a giant in the space. Love Mark. He cooked for everybody. We had a blast. Like that was the beginning. Everybody's a content creator. And shout out to everybody. Like if you pushing, keep pushing. But I just remember, and it's funny because as we're gonna get into these 30 visits, but I gotta tell you, Voch, do you remember when they drafted Leighton Vander Esch? We had everybody who we wanted, and me and Voch, we could not fake it, dog.
We was in lot 4. we was in lot 4. I'll tell you what happened. We had a big TV on delay. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else had it on their phone. We had a big TV on it. And look, and everybody was saying, man, let's get Harold Landry. Let's get the linebacker Rashawn Evans from Alabama. Any one of them cats, right? And everybody was just walking around all day, man. Please just don't get Vander Esch, dog. Just anybody but Leighton Vander Esch. And dog, we up there sitting, waiting around, trying to hear the Dallas Cowboys with the 16th overall pick, and we up here waiting on it. Somebody in the back was like, God damn! And we said, what's going on? We was like, what's going on? And look, because 5 minutes ago, we was like, hey, I would love Evans. I would love Landry. I don't know how I feel about Vander Esch. The Cowboys select Leighton Vander Esch. And immediately we like, well, let me tell you how he fit at least. Let me tell you at least. Hey, Vander Esch run a little fast, don't he, Voch? Oh, yeah, first we need a linebacker.
Oh, my God.
We tried to make it make sense. As upset as we was, as befuddled as we was, we tried to make it make sense.
We tried to make it make sense. And, it's crazy. Had he not had the injuries, it worked out. His rookie year was pretty decent. It was good. The injuries started to come in. He had a decent career, but I think that just goes to show, like, you never know with the draft. I never forget, too. You fast forward a couple years, Voch loves CeeDee Lamb. And I'll raise my hand. I had questions as far as even with some of the guys that you see in this draft, like with Luther Burden, like how well does he win downfield? But CeeDee fell to Dallas, and the rest is history. Like top 3 receiver in the league. So that's one of Voch's wins for sure. I mean, like we tell people, you gotta lie. I got a few myself,
I don't remember you winning.
Hold on. Whoa. Tyler Smith is a win. Love Tyler Smith. I can pull up the tweets, especially the day he was drafted. Oh, the fan base killed him. And Micah, I think that I kind of pushed back on people. I think it was Mosher or somebody. This is the worst pick. He didn't play off ball. Why would they? And it was a lot of people who did not like Micah Parsons. Just being honest, when the day he was drafted.
Well, if everybody knew who Micah Parsons was, he would be the unanimous first overall pick, sir.
Sure.
We just didn't know who the hell Micah Parsons was. I mean, Micah, he didn't have no Von Miller tape on film. And all of a sudden you pop out with Von Miller tape in the league. It ain't make sense, but it's all right.
You want to know what's crazy about it too, Voch? Remember, I don't think you really engaged in the off-ball discussions, but remember everybody – man, put Micah off ball, bro. Micah is going to rush the passer for the rest of his career. People stop.
From now on, Micah's definitely. Look, we need more linebackers because Micah don't play it. We need linebackers. Micah had number. Micah is a defensive end, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he's a defensive end, and he's gonna be one. And look, even Eberflus said he's at end. He'll be in, and that's what we'll be doing with him.
Hey, yo, Flush, you think the Cowboys sneaky gonna get back into the top of the league in pass rush conversation? Because you know, Tank was a good run dude, but he wasn't getting you sacks for real. He only got sacks versus the Giants. And then you bring in Dante. Anything that you get from Sam is extra. Anything that you get from Marshawn is extra. Do you think that the Cowboys gonna be back in that conversation as far as like top sack team?
I do.
Olsen and B gap, you know what I'm saying?
I think that people are underestimating how good of a defensive coordinator Eberflus is. And his best pass rusher was Montez Sweat, Voch. Like, you got a guy who let's just talk about Fowler. Fowler had better production than Sweat as far as sack production last year. So, and I tell a lot of Commanders fans, I'm in the DMV. I'm like, bro, the Cowboys now have y'all best pass rusher, just so we clear. And, I do. And I think that that's a great marriage. Now, if you want to talk about you bringing in, you love this defensive line class. I love the defensive line class. So if you want to bring in maybe a one somewhere down the line, CJ West, some of those type guys who could rotate with Mozzie, I'd be okay. But yes, man, I mean, bro, if you're telling me that on rush downs you have, let's just look at this lineup right here, Voch. Osa, Micah. You kick Solomon Thomas to the 3, even though he plays that 3-5. He plays both of those.
I'm kicking Solomon ass off the field, but I hear what you're saying.
Okay, so you kick Solomon off. Maybe who would you kick inside and then put Fowler on the edge? Tell me, Voch.
I'm looking at Osa as like an A gap guy, and I'm looking at like Marshawn as like a B gap guy.
Okay, on pass rushing downs.
Marshawn as a B gap guy. If you want to put Sam and Dante on the edges, and you want Micah just walking around, sometimes A gap, sometimes B gap, sometimes edge, I think that might be the setup for you. Solomon can keep his ass over there, like a NASCAR package or whatever. Solomon can keep his ass over there. That's how I feel.
Solomon, and that's fine. Yeah, and what you really need,
Tank wouldn't give you. Now that we can be honest, now that we broke up for real and it's F us for real. You know what I'm saying? Your house wasn't clean when I came over that type. You know what I'm saying? It's just a nasty breakup. Tank wasn't sack guy, bro. Tank was a good run defender that was on the field during passing downs because he was starting. He was on the field and passing downs because he was starting. He wasn't on the field because he was a bona fide pass rusher for the King. So now you got to be like, all right, well, Dante, can you be good versus the run? He's not gonna be Tank versus the run, but he's gonna be solid versus the run. But he's gonna be much better versus the run than Tank was as a pass rusher. That's just me guessing. I'm just assuming.
Man, that's a heater, and I like that because I'm with you. Like hey baby girl, you never cleaned your microwave when I was over there, so I'm gonna talk about it. Like, stop it.
She got shoes all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, clean that shit up. That nasty
and I'm be honest, Voch. We sat here this time last year and we talked about Marshawn Nealon, and we need Nealon to take a jump. Has the power, it has a great motor, so you need him to take that jump. And I think that I'm hoping that he will, because Fowler is proven. Like, and I think Fowler's whole deal is he wants to play more. And so one of these guys need to kind of like keep Fowler off the field. And Voch, I like Jeff Z. I think that Aaron White Cotton is a better coach. I think that if you watch how the Jets D-line play, remember we played the Jets a few years ago, it's like, man, these dudes disciplined, they in gaps, they're doing what they're supposed to do. I think that that's going to be, good for the Cowboys, more or less.
And it's like the Jets had less names, you know what I'm saying? Like the Washington kids, like they got Jonathan, they got Deron Payne, they got Monts, you know what I'm saying? Like they got dudes on they line. Like besides Quentin Williams, White Cotton had like, I forgot old boy name with the 3 first names. It's like Jonathan Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? Just a dude I ain't never heard of that got humongous PFF numbers. You know what I'm saying? Just fantastic PFF. Like who the hell else played D-line for the Jets? I'm blanking on like Will McDonald stepped up. Like he had
Well,
to.
he did step up later. Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but like
Look at
besides that, like,
the depth chart.
you know what I'm saying? One depth chart versus the other. You know, maybe
You would
Washington.
look at ours and be okay.
Yeah, for sure that. So yeah, man, White Cotton,
like Jermaine Johnson.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Will McDonald, obviously. Yeah, but he did a lot with those guys.
So
So you spot on.
So now that he comes here, there's a Micah Parsons here for you. You know what I'm saying? There's a Osa here for you. You know, so him and Flus can cook up some good shit. You know what I'm saying? And I
I
am
completely agree.
mentioning Micah Parsons with the D line because that's what the hell he is. He
That's
might as
what
well
he is,
gain
man.
some weight. He might as well gain some weight. That's just who he is.
That's who he is, and that's where he's gonna be. Bosh Lombardi, man, we here for a good time, not a long time. Your time is precious, but you always make time for your boy, man. He got to doing all right. He's on the draft show. He's killing the draft show. I'm gonna tell you this. For me, now I ain't gonna say this. I'll say this out off the record, but let me just say this: when Voch is on the draft show, it's different. Now, let me. That's a sneaky jab. Hopefully they don't catch that one. Now, Voch, let's get to these 30 visits. I broke a 30 visit, Voch. You know, little old Fuss just letting people know that Omarion Hampton in Dallas. You feel what I'm saying?
Per Fuss the king, man. They gotta give
Per Fuss give my flowers. Why they never do that, bro?
I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why they playing with your name like that, but they walk around with their 30 visit list with one less name on. I'm like, man, why y'all ain't got Hampton on there, dog? But because hold on, let me pull this mug up.
Yeah, man, I got it. Yeah, oh yeah, go ahead, share it up. Yeah.
Because they not prepared for the king. Go ahead, put that mug up there. Go ahead, you're perfect king. Omarion Hampton DM'd Foots on IG. He DM'd Foots on IG, and Foot said, Omarion Hampton in Dallas, eye emoji. Dog, why they wasn't giving you credit, dog? What the business
That's a purr. Once I dropped it, it's like it went crazy. Come on, man. What's up with these people, man? What's up with it?
Let me see something real fast. What the hell Nick Harris list at? Let me see. It says way at the bottom down there, so he ain't know it. He had to edit though, you know what I'm saying? But per Come on, you revolutionary out here, dog.
Talk about it. So actually, Voch, go ahead, go back to Nick's you put it down. Yeah, go. I just want to read off these names and I want to get your thoughts, some high level thoughts, and I'll let you go. So Travion Henderson. Oh, there you go. You got to pull back up. Cool. So we got Travion Henderson, Emeka Egbuka, Quinshon Judkins, Kelvin Banks, Alfred Collins, who is very interesting, Voch. You've talked about him. Andrew Mukuba, who's interesting for me. Love Andrew Mukuba. That's Walter Nolan. That's the one for you?
That's the one that's interesting. Just one safety on the list. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about
that. Hey. People better wake up. Bashar Tootin, Luther Burden, Siobhan Ravel, Jonah. I ain't even gonna do it. Tet McMillan and Omarion Hampton. Great list. Yeah. A+ list. And out of that list, Mr. Voch, I want to kind of play some games, right? So first of all, let me get your favorite players on the list and why in each round. So, like, is Omarion Hampton a 1 for you? Is Tet a 1 for you? Even if you've talked about it before, go back into detail. Where would you draft them? Would you pull back for these guys? So who are your favorite guys on the list? And then I want to put together some combinations, Voch, of how these guys will fit in Dallas. Would they be a 1-2 combination? Would they be a 1 and a third round type guy? And then also I want to add this too, Voch. The Cowboys did send their coaches and had a private meeting with Carson Schlesinger. And I think that's heavy because that kid can play.
Yeah, for sure. So the best player on this list for me is Tet McMillan. I actually went to Dom's page, check him out, shouts out to him, because he had it broken down. He had it broken down. See, this is much better for my eyes. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got 5 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 2 DTs. You know what I'm saying? So we can look at this and basically assume wide receiver got to go early. Like if this is who their 30 visits are, and we're going based off of their 30 visits, we would have to assume, like, they're looking at all the early receivers. They're looking at 2nd to 3rd round defensive tackles here with Walter Nolan and Alfred Collins. Kelvin Banks could go early. Jonas should go late, but I don't know how much they like him. Shamar Stewart will go early, but he should be a third-round player. That's my own personal opinion. Siobhan Ravel is a second-round special for the King. First-round talent. Had the knee. His knee seems to be fine now, but he may be falling because of that or whatever. If he's around for your round 2 pick, then he could be a guy that could enable you to have 2 first-round type talents in your draft for us. And running back, which is interesting, is kind of all over the place. Hampton is a second round grade, but we've been seeing mock drafts, from Daniel Jeremiah and Mike Mayock, that they have Hampton going 12th overall sometimes. They say, hey, the Cowboys like Hampton. And it is true that per the King, Omarion Hampton was indeed in Dallas. So that means that's confirming that they like Hampton. So but all these guys are second round grades to me. Hampton, Henderson, second round. I got Juckins in the third, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes second. Martinez and Tootin. I tell you, Foots. Martinez, let's see, running back. I got Damian Martinez in the fourth, and I got Tootin right under him. Tags is touching. I got Tootin right up under him in the fourth round there. So there's a little bit of range with your running back list. So if you want like an ideal walk away situation from me, it'll get weird because I look at safety as a luxury. Safety is a luxury, but if you look at my guy Emeka Egbuka for the King, that's my no, not him. My safety, Andrew Mukuba. Them Nigerian. Andrew Mukuba. My bad. I got him as my 19th overall player. Foots.
Talk about it.
Safety is a luxury position, but he's 19th overall on my big board, on my big stack. And he's my safety one right here. He's safety one for me, Foots. So
and you've been on that train.
So value-wise, I might be trying to save money with Donovan Wilson or Malik Hooker. I might be trying to save some money with them. I might be, they may not fit what Eberflus is looking for. Why is he the only safety in the list? Now, if Omarion Hampton was the only running back on the list, we'd be like, all right, cool. They just love Hampton, and they just may be thinking Hampton. But now they got 5 running backs, so they're taking running back in general series. They're taking wide receiver series. It don't look like they taking safety seriously.
But one player.
They might be taking Andrew Mukuba seriously, Foster King.
Yeah,
now, we got 16 more guys to come out on this list, but I don't even know how many more safeties gonna be on the list. But if Andrew Mukuba is a guy that they like, I imagine they got to take him at 44. I don't know, but I think safety's luxury for. So if it's up to me, I'm taking McMillan with my first round. Hampton to be gone. Henderson might be gone, but if Henderson is gone, I'm fine with Juckins in the second. And you can talk me into like Alfred Collins in the third round or something. You can talk me into that.
Man, Voch, you worth your weight in gold, bro. That's a perfect breakdown. I'm gonna tell you something. I wanna put a pin in what you said about Mukuba, because I gotta tell you, man, he's better than any safety you have on this roster right now. Yep, and for me, it's the ability to be physical, Voch, and to play on the roof. And me and you have done this long enough that we've been trying to get this team a safety. Taylor Rapp, Juan Thornhill. We've been doing this safety, and the Cowboys don't value it, but they did bring in Andrew Mukuba. And the reason why I feel is because you have a defensive coordinator and Matt Eberflus, who people don't understand this, but he played Kyle Gordon a lot. And he played Kyle Gordon a lot because Kyle Gordon could fit in the box and he could cover. Who does that sound like, Voch?
Andrew Mukuba.
And not only can Mukuba fit, he try and knock you out, bro. And I just think that there's a world for that in the NFL still, especially with teams that want to run the ball, especially with teams that want to be physical. What about having a safety that has better hips and instincts than Donovan Wilson, but plays as physical as Donovan Wilson? Because Donovan Wilson, whatever people want to say about Donovan Wilson, he does bring an attitude to where it's like the other players on the offense know where he's at. Like, where 6 is, because if you don't, you're going to get hit. Mukuba has some of that, but by the way, he's better in coverage. I just think the position has it's kind of crazy just how that position, kind of like running back, but running backs coming back in vogue, has just become a position where it's just like not valued. But maybe the Cowboys are like, you know what? We might need a linebacker, or we could just play this guy in the box and do some different things with him on the roof and rotate in that 4-2-5 structure. So I like what you're saying about him. For me, Voch, this is how I look at this list. Tet McMillan, number one, that's not going to change. Yeah. We don't do the whole, and I appreciate you in this way. I'm not going to let the process start to make things weird for me when it comes to certain player. Tet McMillan is the best receiver in this class. And when people start talking about things like separation and is he just an oversized, blah, blah, blah. I heard somebody compare him to Quentin Johnson. I'm like, okay, so you definitely haven't watched these two, because the way the catches that Tet makes and the balls that he's able to track and the bad throws, Tet and Quentin Johnson not even in the same stratosphere. So that's a bad comp. But so it will be Tet McMillan for me. And then, like, when I look at, if I went value where I am, this 44 would be Siobhan Ravel Jr. But the thing is, Voch, do we want to play this hurt guy game again in the second round, Voch?
We already got problems with hurt corners for us. That's already a problem. So it would be weird to bring him in as another hurt corner, especially in this class that's filled with corners that ain't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because you could go Ravel, but Foots, just going to my corners real fast.
Take your time.
No, Williams ain't hurt. AZ Thomas from
you like Williams, the Cal kid, all the interceptions.
He's fantastic. Azariah Thomas ain't hurt. Trey Amos ain't hurt right now. Maxwell Harrison, I got him in the third. Some people probably have him in the second. Maxwell Harrison just ran a damn 4.3 at the combine. His ass ain't hurt at all. He ain't hurt at all.
And Voch, I'm sitting in the bleachers at the Senior Bowl. The best corner at the Senior Bowl. Sure. Continue, sir.
He ain't hurt. So, you could go, oh, yeah, Siobhan Ravel, if he's in the second round, let's get him. And we get him for a discount because he hurt. But, man, this guys that's right around him that ain't hurt, that you have to consider those guys as well. You have to.
Yeah, no, and so that would be, go back to the to our 30 visits, Voch. That would be, for me, that would be my 2-round pairing based on where I do, because I do think a healthy Siobhan Ravel is right now, you be having questions about him versus Trevon Diggs, especially the way that kid tackles. Like, you talking about a corner that embraces contact?
Sure.
Oh, sign me up. Like, we haven't had one of those in a while. And maybe that does allow you to now put Bland back in the middle of the defense if Diggs is ever healthy again. And if he's not, you know what you got in your two edge corners. And I think that would be a eat your vegetables draft with those two, with Tet and Ravel, and then you get your running back in the third. The right now players will probably be still Tet. And I don't know if I could not get Henderson if he's there, or like Quincy, either one of the running backs from Ohio State. I don't know if I couldn't draft one of those two, because I think that they both have. So the way I look at it with Henderson, and I was talking about this with I did an Omarion Hampton video yesterday, but I was also talking about, like, I do have Henderson as my running back too, only because I think his ceiling is higher than Hampton's, and I think it's higher than Juckins. It's just weird because he's not a full-time what's the word? He's not a every down back.
Sure.
Like, do you see that with Henderson? Like, he's not a back to where you give him 30 carries a game, but man, them 15 you gonna give him, if he on, is different.
I think Quinshawn plays a little thicker than him. Like, he's a big swole muscle cat. So I imagine why you would want to get 30 carries out of him. But man, we live in this day and age where you probably don't want to get 30 carries to your running back no way. If Travion get 18 carries and Vontae Williams gets his 10 or so, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a cool little running back situation you got. You don't have to have a running back tandem, but it's cool that you do have one. And the problem is the Cowboys have always wanted to have a running back tandem. They second running back just recently. They second running back just wasn't hitting on very much. It's like it's like running back one to just take over, and we can't get the good running back on the field, which is Tony or Joe Randall or something like that, or Zeke's terrible, and it's finally the time that you should just give Rico the ball all the time.
Yeah.
Now they want to be balanced and give the running back to the football because of Zeke. Cowboys don't know what the hell they want for us. So
yeah, that's a great point.
I think Travion Henderson as the lead guy with Vontae Williams coming in here and there, 10 opportunities a game or something like that. I think that'd be cool.
Hey man, let's keep this thing. This is a banger, man. I love these because we hit a lot of information in a short period of time. I do want to get to these Twitter questions because this went crazy on Twitter, Voch, and you don't have to go into detail. We'll try to keep it under 30 minutes, and we'll air this, and I think people will love it. Okay, so let's start with Landon, friend of the channel. I know you know Landon very well. He says Alfred Collins or Jonah Sevilla or whatever. I don't want to butcher his name. Do you know how to say his last name, Voch?
Jonah from Zona is his damn last name.
Jonah from Zona. Voch, who are you? Okay, bet you're gonna pull the questions up. Cool. Vato, who you got at the two at 44? Which two you got there, buddy?
I tell you what, Fuzz, I wouldn't be feeling these two in particular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like Alfred Collins. I like him more as a third round guy. I think he's got a lot of football to learn, but he got all the traits to be good football guy at some point. Jonah from Zona really let me down. I think he's like a fourth round guy, but the Cowboys will probably take him in the second or some goofy shit like they like to do. As far as Collins goes, it ain't that Collins bad. I just think the tackle room is just so robust right in this area. Like here's my round 2 tackles or my second round graded tackles. Kenny Grant, Tyleek Williams, Derek Harmon, Walter Nolan, Darius Alexander, third round guys. TJ Sanders, Omar Norman Lott, CJ West, Jordan Phillips, Peebles. And then I got Collins right here, him and Farmer right here. So I like Collins a little more than I like Jonah. It's just so many defensive tackles I would rather have. But between these two guys, I'm taking Collins.
Especially when you look at it, it's good to have that visual because that's the thing about this defensive line class. You could kind of get picky because, like with Collins, he is that run stuffing. That's what he does. Yeah. And so he's going to be a 2-down player in the league early. But, I mean, the Cowboys need that, and they brought him in. So that's a good one, Voch. Let's do this one from Jacob Lavers. Thank you, Jacob. He always shows love. He says, do you think the Cowboys will really consider taking Omarion Hampton over someone like Egbuka?
Yep.
I'll take this one, Voch. I do. Now, I think I would do a trade back situation. But when you look at, I talked about this yesterday, when you look at Hampton's body, like people don't understand running back in the NFL, the reason why Zeke was so successful because Zeke was 225 out the gate. Like he could handle the bruising of playing and running the ball 25 times a game. Hampton has that in his bag. Juckins has that in his bag. So I think that they would. I don't know if I would do that, but I don't also think that I would be upset either, especially if it was in a trade back situation. What say you, Voch?
Personally, I wouldn't, but the Cowboys don't care what we think. And the Cowboys kind of been moving a little funny. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, I think the league has been moving a little funny. Like the fans, and this is why I hate when people on the internet be like, why should I listen to you? You're just a fan. Why shouldn't I listen to the GMs that do this for a living? Well, that's how Ivan Pace ends up being like a, like a damn near undrafted guy when everybody else in, draft world has him as like a third round dude. Or Joey Porter is a first round corner, but he goes second. You know what I'm saying? Tyrion Arnold is a top 10 corner, but he goes 20 something. Same with the white kid with the Eagles that run track, the corner. Cooper DeJean. Cooper DeJean was a first round corner for me, but he falls late. You know what I'm saying? So teams suck at drafting. And the Cowboys falling on that line for me. You know what I'm saying? So in real life,
that's a Voch saying. Don't be taking that without. Can you hear my air horn, Voch? Don't be taking that. Don't be taking that without giving Voch it. Yeah, don't be give Voch his credit. Nobody was stamping teams suck at draft, and now it's everywhere. Continue, Voch.
So I think most people would would take the wide receiver over the running back, but the league gonna do what the league gonna do.
Good one, Voch. Let's get to. I really want to, because I always ask for questions and we just can't get to them all. So I want to try to. I don't want to. I really want to, because these they actually got some good. Let's do 2 more, Voch. Because I'm not gonna lie, they asked us some great questions on here. Let's do this. As a this is bad because I'm keep saying and I'm all right. Here we go, Voch. Unless somebody expects and unexpectedly drops to them at 12, and assuming no more major moves before the draft, would a trade back be the wisest move at 12? And who would you trade back? Like, I guess what he's saying is, like, who would you take at 12? You see a Dr. Fisher go, boys. What do you take from that question?
So, Foots, this is something I've been saying on my show, and shouts out to Drew. I don't even like talking about trade backs, because it's not up to me whether we trade back or not. You know what I'm saying? It's up to another team. I just can't simply be like, I don't want to draft right here. Let me call Seattle and make them draft right here and make them give me a second and a third round pick. It just don't work like that. We just can't be like, I don't want, like, oh, let's just trade back. I would much rather do exercises where I'm forced to make a pick, where this player is taken, this one is no longer available for us. Voch, you got to make a pick right here. I trust those more than, I'll just trade back and get somebody, because damn, the damn phone may not be ringing. And I don't want to trade back for the sake of trading back. Like, I don't want to trade back to Seattle and Seattle say, well, we don't want to trade up. I mean, we'll give you a 5th round if you want to. I'm not moving back for no 5th round. I'm just going to take whoever the hell I got at 12. I'm just going to take whoever on the board right now I got is the best guy. So I don't really do well with the trade back questions, because I just can't control them at the snap of my fingers.
And don't move away from quality, because you trade back, and then next thing you know, you done moved away from a guy who is quality. Like, you may not have a need for safety, but if Andrew Mukuba staring you in the face, that's how you end up with Luke Schoonmaker, or that's how teams traded away from Kyle Hamilton or Christian Gonzalez. Oh, we don't need a corner. Oh, he has a few knees and he's not this. And then before you know it, you trade away from a great player. All right, last one, Voch. I'll take this. Go ahead.
Plus, don't get cute and be like, I don't like these players. I like Tyler Booker. I don't want to take him at 12. I'll take him at 17. Let's trade back to 17. And Tyler Booker go 13. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Just no, you spot on. Take your guy, man. I'll take this last one, Voch, and I will let you go, man. It says, and the question is, who is it from? This is David Pence. Thank you, David Pence, for asking this. He's in the mentions, Voch. Yep, he's right down there. He says, Foots, have you watched Dylan Sampson? Yes, I have, sir. And I love Dylan Sampson. Now, he's a shorter prospect, but he's a fireball through the hole, fast through it, slow to the hole, fast through it. They run so many gap schemes. The problem with Tennessee is literally the offense. It was like that when you were watching Joe Milton. It's like that when you're watching Hendon Hooker, when you watch those receivers, and like even covering Jalen Hyatt 2 years ago. The offense is so quirky and it's so college-based that you can kind of struggle with how are these guys going to fit in the NFL. But when you just watch the traits of Dylan Sampson, he's physical. He catches the ball well. He was the SEC leading rusher. Like, that translates. He's just short, but he's physical. I like everything about him, and he will be a 3rd round guy for me, Voch. I got him in my top 10, so he is as far as running backs go. But I have 35 running backs rate, like draftable grades on 35 running backs. So where you at on Dylan Sampson, Voch?
As far as running backs go, gradable running backs, I got 20. I got 24. Well, pardon me, 23. I wasn't gonna grade as many as you, but Dylan Sampson is my best 3rd round running back. He's at the top of my 3rd round.
Boom. We in the same area with Sampson.
Yeah. Bursty, big play. Got a lot of touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Got like 22 touchdowns something last year. Fantastic. Great in the red zone. Juice. Fumbled a little bit. Hey man, work on the fumbles. You'll be fine. I think if Tennessee threw the ball more with him, I thought he would have been really good at that. When it did throw at him, he was cool. And he runs with some pretty decent balance and gravity, man. So yeah, Dylan Sampson, cool player. I like Sampson. He don't want to block nobody though. So I mean, you better run him on routes or something on third down. He don't want to block.
And two backs that do want to block, man. Travion Henderson, Juckins will stick his nose in there. Hampton will block. So
Henderson want to kill people. Henderson wants to destroy people's sons. Henderson crazy.
Yeah. Hey, man, Voch and Barty on this Saturday, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, bro. You guys will be hearing this on Monday. Voch, you got any news? Are you dropping your rankings? Or are you dropping the top 100 or anything? Or are you just chilling?
You know what? I normally do it, but I don't normally do big boards. So I've been doing the big boards this year, and I feel like, why would I do it if the big board's been here? Like you know who my top 100 players are because it's on the big board. You know where my player rank is. Like it's not a surprise like it used to be. So I may do the videos, I may not. But I'm just gonna be studying the last little bit of guys that I got, and I'm gonna be ready for this 13-hour draft show experience that we're gonna be doing during the draft or whatever for .com. You know, so I'm just gonna be studying, bro. That's it.
My bro is on DallasCowboys.com. He made it. I'm gonna say this though, Voch. I think in years past, we've been prepared. I'm uber prepared, and honestly, I think by the week of the 19th, like the week of the draft, I don't even know if I'm gonna do much content. This is these last 2 weeks of my last push. I got you on. I had David Hellman on. I had a few other draft characters. Obviously, the work I do with Zach, so I've been bringing in more guests. But I always got to feed families with you on the channel. These last 2 weeks, I'm trying to get through every name. You gave me some names that you liked today. By the time we get to the draft, the week of the draft, I may just kick my feet up and just get ready for the news and notes that we're hearing. So this was a good one, man. I'm always give you flowers so you can smell them. Voch Lombardi, and I got I'm producing now, so you hear what's going on, man. So
hey, man, get a different applause button, man. I'm fooling with you, man. Appreciate you, bro, man. It's always a blessing to be able to work with you, man. Salute.
Hey, much love, bro. Salute. Hey, y'all. As always, thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing. Please like this channel, like Voch's channel so you guys can get the notifications. And as always, we love you all. Peace.